I'm Alex Bosco.
I'm Olivia Fuller, and this is the Daily's Double Shot.
Hi, I'm Starla Sampaco.
And I'm Alex Bosco, and we're your co-producers for the Daily's Double Shot.
Unfortunately, this is our last episode of the quarter.
But we're still very excited because we get to bring a lot of brand new content to you in this episode.
First up, we profiled Janila Agofie. She's a sophomore here at UW and also the chair of the Polynesian Outreach Program. I sat down with her to talk about her experience as a first-generation college student. So let's check it out.
Yeah, education was like number one to me, like when it came to overcoming boundaries and barriers. All my family congratulated me. They were just like, congratulations, Janila. Oh my gosh, UW, wow. I'm just like, yeah, I'm a Husky now. I'm Polynesian. I come from a family where there's multiple kids. We have cousins, brothers, sisters. We all live in one house. The people I know and I surround myself around went straight into work. You think about more supplying food on the table for your family and like the logistics of life and what you need to pay off versus going to college. I had to mature at a very young age because I had 7 other brothers and sisters to look after. The way I got out of it was people were depending on me and I was not going to let them down. Coming into college was just so different. Oh my goodness. I showed up for class one day. I remember they were talking about syllabus. Did you guys bring the syllabus to class? I was like, what is a syllabus? Like, I didn't even know what a syllabus was. And I had a phone that wasn't even up to date. Like, it was like a flip phone. And everybody pulled out their iPhones. I didn't have a laptop at the time either. So it was just weird. When everybody in the class kind of is updated with everything and you're just sitting there, I was just lost. And I didn't tell any of my friends that because I didn't want to feel stupid. Still to this day, I cannot tell my mom when I struggle. So much, she's given me so much and given me all of what she could give me. And for me to like disappoint her with this test score or tell her that I'm not doing well, it just like kind of hurts my heart. I feel like UW could really just help those people who aren't willing to reach out because, you know, we're not comfortable. I feel like if you really want a unique individual here on campus, supply unique resources because we all have different stories and we all have different hardships that we overcome and different struggles that we overcome because they have resources here. Like, I wasn't aware of how much resources they actually had and who they had and who to go to. Instead, I got here and I had to go find out what I need. I'm still getting the hang of things and it's still tough. So I hope that answered the question.
Well, thanks for that, Starla. That was a great piece.
Thanks, Alex. I think the most interesting thing that I learned is that there's so many resources here at UW, but it really is an outreach problem where the students who need them don't necessarily know where to go and where to find these resources. So hopefully things will change here at UW in the next few years.
I think so, and I think this video will help too. All right, well, next up, we've got a piece that I produced called Campus Couples, and it outlines Jerry and Lois Levin's relationship from start to finish. They've been married for 40 years, so check out their story. It's pretty cool.
So just remember to be loud so we can hear you.
Okay, I will.
Because we're getting up there in years. You want to take that one or you want me to?
You can start.
I'll start. Well, we always had a real strong lust for cameras and photography. We didn't know what we wanted to do with it, but it was always pulling at us and we didn't know why. And we'd go to camera conventions and just go, ooh, look, pretty, you know?
And I've always loved still photography. It was something that I enjoyed doing from junior high school. And I couldn't see any way that there would be a way to make a living out of it, I guess. The type of photographer we are, we're not wedding shooters, we're not high school senior shooters, we're commercial and corporate shooters, which means that we work with marketing and advertising. We do headshots, as Jerry was saying, and we do a lot of storytelling. which is the part that I just love doing.
We've had the incredible fortune of working with people that are pretty recognizable, from Jimmy Fallon, Katie Couric, locally Gene Anderson, to a lot of people in the rock and roll world. Everybody from Roger Daltrey, who sang a song directly just to Lois, to Alan White, who's the drummer for Yes and was the drummer for John Lennon on Imagine, and many other signature pieces.
People are the basis of our photography. They really are. And what we try to do in our photography is bring out the best in who they are and show the people that these people deserve where they are today because they've worked so hard to get there.
And we met in 1974, the very first night we were away from home in Lander Hall, 6th floor. 1974. We met in the elevator, and I did weird things that she didn't like, understandably, and so we spent 3 years avoiding each other. And then in 77, out of the blue, Lois came up, gave me a hug for reasons I've yet to understand, but I'm sure happy about, and that's when magic happened. Well, that's a great question, asking whether there was an official first date or not. There kind of was, but at the same time, once we realized that we were already becoming friends very quickly, we actually did something a little strange, I guess, which was to agree that we're always going to be honest with each other. If something came up that was an issue, then rather than pretending that it didn't exist and say, no, nothing's wrong, yeah, there's something bugging me, I'm just not comfortable talking about it. And that set the groundwork for a very strong friendship right at the very beginning, and for clean communication without all of the weirdness that normally shows up when people start lying. And then after that, we did start going on dates, but we were both broke, and me much more so I got real creative about what a date meant. You want to add to that, sweetheart?
Oh, I think our first quote-unquote official date was a walk through the Arboretum and a long bus ride to the spaghetti factory in downtown Seattle.
Through scary parts of town that we didn't know about, and then having people yell at me going, hey, fuzz face, because I had a beard. And back then, beards were rare. So I invited her back to the Jerry Cave, and that would have been the very first date. And then it really kind of accelerated right after that. Love happened pretty quick.
Oh, I was more stubborn. I was much more independent, and I couldn't see myself being with any one person for the longest time. So Jerry and I were really engaged for 6 years before we got married.
Yeah, I should add, we were both independent, both stubborn, had sworn we were never ever going to find the right person ever, that it was a hopeless thing to even think about. It just sort of happened.
Yeah.
Nowadays you would use the word organic, I guess. Organic back then meant a really cool way of growing your vegetables. So now we've been married 31 and a half years. Wedding bands have never come off. And even when I've had MRIs done and I had to argue with the technicians, no, it's not a ferrous metal, your big magnet won't mess things up, the ring stays on. And it worked. Inseparable.
We never, ever backstab each other. Ever.
We don't
Never.
believe in negative about people, period. You'll never hear us say negative about anybody anyhow, but for ourselves, not ever.
Yeah. And it's all about the trust, and the foundations of having a long relationship is not just the love, but being able to trust each other, communicating well, and having a happy history together, because most of our memories are happy. And, you know, you can never leave somebody if you have a lot of happy memories together.
You can add to that, because you said it right, you said it well. Relationships, they're not just based on honesty or having fun times. It's when individuals come together as a couple and they learn how to solve problems together. And when they become successful at that, that's the mortar and the bricks. That's what holds everything together. So when you have happy times, wow, they're really significantly happy, and you can build on that. And we've learned a long time ago to problem solve together. Yeah. I know this isn't an act. We really do like looking at each other a lot.
Well, that was lovely, Alex.
Thanks, Starla. It was a serious honor working with those two.
I bet. Well, up next, our reporter Kennedy Worth went to the 2016 Seattle Lunar New Year celebration. So let's check it out.
All the performances and everything, so yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about Lunar New Year 2016?
Okay, so Lunar New Year 2016 in Vietnamese is called Tết. So this is the year of the fire monkey, Tết Bình Thân. So the year of the fire monkey, they say, is a year of very a lot of instability, right? But in a year of instability is a year of great innovation and a chance to find love. So.
And did you try to coordinate events around the Year of the Fire Monkey?
A little bit. I mean, you'll see monkeys around here in the color red. We try to keep to the theme of a festive environment. So.
And what's all going on between these next 2 days?
So these next 2 days, you'll see a lot of Vietnamese cultural performances, Vietnamese food, and a chance for not just the Vietnamese community, but like everybody in Seattle. We want to offer to add to the Seattle community a chance to celebrate the Lunar New Year's in a Vietnamese way.
This year is our 20th anniversary, and it's also the year of the Fire Monkey, and we just really wanted to go big. So in addition to our 2 days of programming at the Seattle Center, in which we occupy both the Armory and the Fisher Pavilion, we'll also be having a dinner where we host a famous Vietnamese singer. Her name is Lam An. We've just been organizing like the over 100 volunteers that help make this event possible. It is completely volunteer run. So even though we are a 501c3 nonprofit, like everyone who works here is just putting in their free time and just sacrificing their Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings to go to meetings and plan the event. And for us to organize additional volunteers to come and make it possible, it's just really important.
And can you tell me a little bit about VSA?
So we're a student organization, and we focus on working with the surrounding Vietnamese community at events like this, as well as fostering like leadership and working with other clubs as well.
We did a traditional Vietnamese hat dance with rice patty hats.
Is this the first time you performed that dance?
Yes, I got pulled out from VSA and they were like, you should perform, and I'm like, okay.
How did it feel to perform?
It was amazing. We practiced for like a good solid month and a half, and we just put in so much work into it, and it just showed today. The fashion show is exhibiting a traditional Ao Dai designer, and she each fit us into a dress like this, but more fancier, and we're all gonna take turns walking down the runway with it to just exhibit just what she did.
And is that like traditional Vietnamese wear?
Yes, of course.
And we're here to promote culture and heritage throughout campus. And so the Wooden Rosa is part of our fundraiser for our male community pageant in April. And it's called Pho King. It's on April 9th if you want to come. It's a rose made out of wood. Yeah, do you want to touch it? Oh, cool. Yeah, and so we got this from an online company, and we bought 2,000 of these, and we were like, you know what, we're going to sell all of them. And this is it. We're selling all of them right now.
We just decided we wanted to see a little bit of the Vietnamese culture. So I have my durian ice cream here.
I just want to go outside of UW as well, but also experience different culture that's not in UW, even though there are Vietnamese culture there, Vietnamese culture. Yeah.
Next up, our reporter Chaitanya Robinson takes us to the UW Arabic Culture Association for an evening of music and poetry. We hope you enjoy.
My name is Chaitanya Robinson, and I'm a reporter for The Daily. Last week, I went to an event put on by the Arabic Culture Student Association. The event featured Arab poets from within the UW community and without, performing in Arabic and English. It also featured plenty of song and dance.
I am the president of the Arabic Culture Scene Association. We chose the timing of this event after Valentine's Day. We figured music or poetry night would provide a vibe of relaxation and excitement and enjoyment.
My name is Lois Levin. I first started singing in middle school. I actually first started singing more of a Western type of song, or I don't know what it would be specifically called, but I started singing more in English. And when I moved back to Jordan, which is where I'm from, that was in high school. I started to try different songs in Arabic.
Imagine the exact needs of memory. Leaving and getting back, smiling as the cab takes us to the edge of love. On to recover from this love through your skin. You are your edge of madness.
What is very special about Arabic poetry is the rhetoric and the styles of writing that is done in the language. But also the rebellion on it is very special too, because it tries to take out some of the power dynamics of the language that have already established itself.
A huge part of my identity is also influenced by the fact that I'm an Egyptian. Yes, I'm an Egyptian immigrant. Something that I'm really proud of, something that means a lot to me. I felt the need to attribute and dedicate some of my time in order to appreciate that. The poem that I chose is for an Egyptian poet. His name is Salah Jahin. And what he's really special for is his ability to talk to all classes. You know, talk to all classes within Egypt, for example, or in the Middle East. You know, he's going to talk to those who are educated. He's going to talk to those who are not privileged in terms of education. ومصر قدامه أكتر كلمة مقرية قريتها من قبل ما أكتب اسمي بإيديا ورسمتها في الخيال على أبدع الأشكال. لأيام صبايا طفت كل مجال زي المنادي وفؤادي يرتجف بجلال على اسم مصر. Thank you very much.
Up next, our reporter Abhishek Sugam went to the 2016 FIUTS CulturalFest, which showcased the different diverse communities here at UW. Let's check it out.
Hey, I'm Abhishek Sugam from the Daily's Double Shot, and I am at Mini Hall where FIUTS is organizing its Cultural Fest. So let's go check out this cultural extravaganza.
I'm with the Burma Myanmar Student Association, and we're here at the FIUTS Cultural Performance Showcase, and we are showcasing the different cultural and traditional aspects of Burma / Myanmar. So on the table we'll have different, we have little dolls representing the different cultural ethnic groups in Burma. We have a Burmese cookbook if you want to look at the different Burmese food. We have different textiles that you can see in a lot of the Burmese traditional clothing.
So what would you say is the most interesting object at your stall?
Actually, we have this thing called the Naka, which I believe is pretty unique to the Burmese culture, just because I haven't seen any other cultures have something like this. It's made from a tree called the Naka, and girls and boys, no discrimination, but usually girls, they wear it on their face before they go to school, before ceremonies and celebrations, and it's a symbol of beauty. It's also used as like a natural sunscreen for a lot of people in Burma.
How is the experience so far at this fest and at the stall?
I love it. So this is my second year tabling for FIUTS. I also tabled at the expo, at the hub, in the hub. And it's just super fun to see all the different cultures, people in their traditional clothing, and being able to show off my culture as well. It's been super fun.
I'm Una from Mongolia. I'm the booth captain for the Mongolian booth today.
Okay, so how was the experience like?
For me, it was like a very bonding experience with like the other Mongolian students. And so far, the reactions we've got is pretty amazing. Like all these like other people that they know about like Mongolia, what they don't know, and then the questions they come up with. It's quite interesting to like, to see my own country with like someone else's eye. It's a very interesting experience, I would say. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. I am Erish Rutfer, Executive Director of FIUTS. It is a great pleasure to welcome each of you to FIUTS Cultural Fest 2016. This night is always so special for FIUTS. It's the culmination of months of work by hundreds of students. Not only the performers and exhibitors you see tonight, but students who've worked on planning committees to coordinate almost every detail of the event. Being a part of Cultural Fest and being in the audience at Cultural Fest is an act of diplomacy. It's an opportunity to practice communicating with people who have vastly different backgrounds and experiences from yourself. It's a chance to take part in conversations about culture, diversity, art, and language. It's a chance to learn something new about someone's life and share something of your own. And most importantly, it's a chance to create deep, lasting friendships.
My name is Fleur, and I am a senior in UW, and I'm also the student board member of FIUTS. So I'm really excited about the show because as a student board member, we have taken like 3 months time to put this together, and tonight is like the biggest event of FIUTS the whole time. For many of those you don't know about, FIUTS is a non-profit organization, have a contract of UW, and we basically celebrate the diversity of culture on campus. And this event is the biggest one, have performance from 11 different countries and cultures, and they are highly competitive, the audition process, and a really good quality show.
Sunny, I'm also a senior at UW, and I was on the boot committee. So the boot committee was responsible for the International Expo, which happened last week. About 30 countries came, and 30 countries, different RSOs present at UW. A bunch of students just came together and worked really hard to make a booth representing their country's culture. And here at the performance, we have quite a few of those booths present as well.
last but not least, we've got Charles Johnson's recap video displaying the UW basketball team's game versus WSU. Hope you enjoy.
Worth dying for, worth killing for, worth going to hell for.
Well, that wraps up today's episode of the Daily's Double Shot.
And sadly, that wraps up the quarter as well. We've had an amazing time producing all these episodes for you guys, but every good thing must come to an end.
But make sure to turn in after break. Spring quarter will have a lot of new content, and Olivia Fuller will be back as a regular host.
I'm Alex Bosco.
And I'm Starla Sampaco.
And this is the Daily's Double Shot.
Thanks for watching.